Creating saved my life, and in this video I am going to be talking about the act of creation and how transformational it has been for my mind, body and spirit. And while I talk about it, I will be doing it over a time-lapse video of this art piece that I recently did. And this was an art piece that I had visually seen as soon as I woke up from my sleep, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna create it and you will be watching the time-lapse of it. I used to be angry all the time, and reflecting back, honestly, I don't know where so much anger came from, because I was in university, I had friends, I had a social life. I mean, from the outside everything seemed fine, but on the inside it felt like I had so much just bubbling up internally, and unfortunately only my family got to see the worst side of it. It was them who got all the bad treatment from me. And it took me a while to realize that it was because I just wasn't creating. I am a creative person inherently by default, and I had not spent years in creating anything. I was so stuck and bogged down in studying for exams, and I was becoming an engineer, and I was like really wrapped up with so much work that I had to do that I forgot about the huge part of my being, which was to create. And honestly, creating art is how I learned to manage my anger. It is what got me closer to my connection with my own spirituality, with the world, with my soul. It is what gave me the spark that I was looking for, and finally all that bottled up energy had somewhere to go. And I'm honestly not surprised by the impact it had on me, because by default, as soon as you start creating something with your hands and you start making it, your amygdala stops firing, and your amygdala is responsible for all the stress hormones like cortisol, and it instantly, the act of creation activates your frontal cortex, and that is like your control center of your entire being. And it's almost like a way of signaling your body that you are safe, you're not in threat, you're not in danger. You can focus on what you're doing right in front of you. So physiologically, mentally, it has such a huge impact, and it had such a huge impact on me through creation. I feel fundamentally as humans, we are meant to be creating. We have been birthed into this world through creation. We were created into this world, so it's almost like a birthright to keep creating. And if you're wondering, but hey, I am not a creative person, I want you to reframe that. I know the entire world tells us creation means like art, music, singing, dancing, whatever. It's some form of, an artist. But I want you to reframe that and think anything that you create that didn't exist before is a form of creation. It can be as simple as cooking, something you do every day. You're just being creative about it. You're using the ingredients and you're making something. It could be gardening. It could be literally anything that you are creating with your hands. You don't need to be a Picasso or Beethoven or anybody to create something. You just have to allow your body to experience and be immersed in that creative process. And you can also draw. You don't have to force yourself to be good at it. You don't have to be good at anything. You just have to do it. And the more you do it, the better you get at it. I want you to pause here and think back to your child self. What did you spend most of your time doing as a child and you truly enjoyed? I can speak for myself. I would spend hours creating things with paper, pencils, crayons, arts and crafts. I would repurpose whatever was around at home, and I would try to create something from nothing. Like, my innate nature was to make things together with my hands. Though ironically, I don't do a lot of arts and crafts. Maybe it's a sign that I should start doing that more. But I create art, so that's one form of me to express something. And that is my main go-to form of expression, is art. And the biggest clue for it was what I spent most of my time as a child doing. So yeah, take a minute to just pause and see what you spent your time doing as a child, because that is your clue to finding what helps you balance yourself, what helps you ground yourself, what helps you get lost into your own world, because that is where the true magic lies, and that is where I feel so much of our self-awareness comes through. That is where so much of our sense of self-worth comes through, is in these little moments of creation. How can you bring in more creativity into your daily life? If you struggled a little bit to answer the previous question on what you would spend your time as a child doing, that's okay. Honestly, the best way to going about what lights you up is experimenting. Try different things. Spend every day 5 minutes doing different things. It could be as simple as learning a new recipe. It could be simple as trying to write something for like 2 minutes. Our writing directly activates our right side of our brain. So doing things like that really helps, and just putting yourself in places that allows you to be naturally creative, that allows you to think differently. And honestly, creativity can be as simple as going about navigating yourself without Google Maps. Allowing yourself to create your own adventure. Literally anything can be creativity. You just have to take yourself outside the mind frame, the box that we have all placed ourselves at. Oh, creativity means explicitly art, singing, dancing. No, it's not. It is anything. Anything that you birth, you create from nothing is creation. Coding, cooking, everything, anything, really, literally anything. This shirt was created. This design was created. You know what I mean? Anything is creation. It's just how you perceive it is what matters. So art really did save my life in so many ways. It helped me get out of this mental crazy mind spell that I always have a tendency of putting myself through. And yeah, I highly recommend for you all to experiment and see what works, what doesn't, because if you're not creating, you're robbing yourself of the power of truly feeling alive, because it feels amazing to experience what you just create. If you've enjoyed what I've shared, don't forget to like, subscribe, and yeah, just a reminder that we are all walking, talking pieces of art. Heart.